For months, McLaren's papaya cars ruled the championship, dismantling the once invincible Red Bull empire. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris looked untouchable until Max Verstappen, the man who defined an era of dominance, began his breathtaking comeback. In just 4 races, Verstappen slashed a near 100-point deficit down to 63, defying expectations and resurrecting a title fight many thought was over. Behind the scenes, McLaren team boss Zak Brown and Andrea Stella are now openly admitting what fans have started to sense: Red Bull is back in the game. The RB21 has been reborn, its weaknesses repaired, its power rediscovered. And now, as Austin looms, the McLaren camp faces its greatest fear: that Verstappen's resurgence could ignite a championship storm that no one can contain. Before we dive deeper into this wild twist in the 2025 F1 title race, make sure to subscribe, because what's happening right now might redefine Formula One history, and you'll want to be here as the drama unfolds. Let's break it down. Red Bull's resurgence in 2025 didn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of a quiet, calculated evolution that's been unfolding since the summer break. After an uncharacteristically turbulent start to the season, where the RB21 struggled to match McLaren's dominant MCL39, the reigning champions went back to the drawing board. What emerged from their Milton Keynes factory wasn't just a set of upgrades, it was the rebirth of Red Bull's identity. From Zandvoort to Baku, the team began introducing a sequence of aerodynamic and mechanical updates that transformed the RB21 into a weapon capable of fighting across every type of circuit. At first, these tweaks seemed minor, subtle changes to the floor, diffuser, and rear wing configuration. But as the races unfolded, it became clear that Red Bull had found something deeper: a balance and adaptability that had been missing since the start of the season. Max Verstappen, who looked frustrated and trapped by a car that couldn't match his precision, suddenly looked alive again. 4 podiums in a row, 2 wins in Monza and Baku, 2 second places in Zandvoort and Singapore have turned what was a hopeless title chase into a psychological war. His 97-point deficit to Oscar Piastri is now just 63. Slowly but relentlessly, the 4-time champion is reeling in the McLarens. The turning point, many believe, was Singapore. Historically, that circuit has been Red Bull's weakness, a technical maze that exposed their struggles with high downforce setup. But this time, Verstappen not only survived Singapore, he conquered it, finishing ahead of both McLarens and demonstrating that the RB21's limitations had been lifted. As Andrea Stella admitted, they might have resolved both of these high drag and Singapore factors. That one sentence says it all. Red Bull's evolution is real. What makes this transformation even more fascinating is that it coincides with a change in leadership. Christian Horner's sudden removal after Silverstone sent shockwaves through Formula One, with Laurent Mekies stepping into the role of both team principal and CEO. It was a gamble, but one that seems to be paying off. Mekies' management style contrasts sharply with Horner's authoritative approach. He's known for fostering open collaboration among engineers, empowering key figures like Paul Monahan and Pierre Wache to experiment with new ideas. This new dynamic has re-energized Red Bull's technical team. The upgrades Mekies has overseen are the tail end of projects initiated during Horner's tenure, but it's under Mekies that the team appears to have found renewed direction. As Helmut Marko himself hinted, Mekies' engineering news has reshaped the team's approach, focusing on flexibility and efficiency rather than aggressive iteration. In simple terms, Red Bull now understands its car better than ever, and that understanding is showing on track. The RB21's balance issues are gone. Its low-speed traction, once a weakness, has improved dramatically. Its high downforce performance, long a problem at tracks like Singapore and Budapest, has stabilized. What this means is that Verstappen can now extract maximum pace without fighting the car, something that's been missing since his dominant 2022 and 2023 seasons. McLaren, meanwhile, finds itself in a precarious position. After securing the Constructors' Championship in Singapore, Zak Brown and Andrea Stella must now manage a new kind of pressure internal rivalry. The team's papaya rules, which allow Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri to race freely, have created a double-edged sword. On one hand, it gives fans thrilling wheel-to-wheel battles between 2 future superstars. On the other, it risks destabilizing the team when unity is most needed. The tension between Norris and Piastri has been bubbling quietly all season. Their Singapore battle, when Norris lunged past Piastri for third, might have looked like harmless racing, but inside McLaren it triggered concern. Both drivers want the same thing, their first world championship. With the Constructors' title already sealed, every corner, every strategy call, and every pit stop from now on could become a flashpoint. Zak Brown insists that McLaren won't change its strategy. "We're just going to keep doing what we're doing," he said. Max is still very much in the game. But that statement reveals more than it hides. McLaren knows Verstappen's comeback is real. They know that one Red Bull victory could flip the momentum of the entire season. And with Austin, Mexico and Abu Dhabi still to come circuits where Red Bull has historically excelled, the pressure is shifting rapidly. Inside the paddock, whispers suggest that Red Bull's comeback is not just mechanical but psychological. Verstappen's aura, the one that once intimidated entire teams, is returning. He's calmer, sharper and hungrier than ever. He no longer needs to win every race, he just needs to keep scoring, while McLaren's two young lions fight each other. Every time Norris and Piastri take points off one another, Verstappen gets closer. Laurent Mekies has been careful not to overplay Red Bull's revival.